Okay. Just a quick sort of update where we are tech-wise. So, we have the whole system, everything's fine, but we're redoing some pieces of it for different people. Not just for people, but the way they do business, because other people want to do that. So by the 11th, the section that you talked about, Guy, will be fully functioning in there. So you could do it per question and send it back and forth and do all that. So we'll have that integrated with everything else. Plus, we have to go through like our, when people are on our site, they're not just sitting there like with, most sites it just sits there and they stay online. So ours will have that, but there's also the section that you guys could click on, and basically people could come in there and randomly go through advisors. So they can stop in and say, hello, how you doing? And say, hey, I've got a question for you. You have these little, they look like tarot cards. They're really pretty cool looking, but you get to price it out. So like you could be on a video call and you could price out like anything you want to do. You know what I mean? And so you're basically just, it's a marketing tool. You're meeting customers so you can explain to them what you do, how you go about it. You know what I mean? So, it's a way that's help do a free sort of marketing, and you can get paid to do it too, because you can have cards where they could say, hey, I want to buy like 1 question, 3 questions, whatever it is, cards. You get to make the cards and the price. And then you could say, yeah, no, that's great. Yeah, this is how I do it. This is how I operate. And then they could just buy the card right there. And that's really going to help them buy the question as well, blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. So we're putting all that into the system. And then the other part that we have is some people pay a flat monthly fee and then they pay a transaction %. And then they don't use a lot of the services inside. They may use like Zoom or Google Meet or whatever, but they need their web, their merchant account, their store. They need some of the tech. So there'll be that going on too. So we'll have 2 or 3 different things going on, and one person can do them all or do one of them or do none of them, whatever they want. So none of them are going to be forced on everybody. So we're sort of rewriting the way that works from what we learned from other people like Catherine, because she's got a whole host of people, and they just do business in a different way. So we're trying to get this thing not just launched, but launched in a way that you guys are going to find it most useful. Right? Because we got all the technology done and working. That's great. You know what I mean? So now the technology is done and working, but, we want to get it worked the way you guys want it work. So, hey, Ramsey. So just to say, because Ramsey came in, so by the 11th, all that's going to be put in there, all the way you do business, guys. So you'll be able to run your whole questions through there. No problem. Not that we're ready to do that yet, because we're still in beta. We're still building out other people's parts. Like Catherine has a way. Ramsey has some suggestions. Catherine has some suggestions. So we're trying to make this robust enough. So we're trying to go through all the month of July, just get everybody the way they want to be. So then this month, we have for you guys to refer people. And that's what I'm going to hand over to Nathan, because for that month, he's going to really be an integral part of helping you guys understand and getting you like different collateral or images or links. Because from the last demo, I showed you how to get your referral link from the site, but now he's going to be able to help you use it, help you bring people in, help you bring people to the show. We're going to start really heavily marketing the show, probably here in the next, right at the beginning of July. So if we do the marketing right by the end of July, I really believe we're going to have subscribers on YouTube. I believe we'll have close to 10,000 people watching those things. Ooh, wow. So it's going to be huge. It's going to be good. And then, it's going to grow exponentially. So being on the show and having placement on the show and stuff is going to be very useful. And everybody, I'm going to talk to Danny too about everybody she did have a show with. She should do another show with after they've set up everything for Estrella, because while you're on there, because we're going to have lots of people. While you're on there, you're going to want to plug whatever your URL is .com, so that people that are watching can go directly to you. And once you have that URL, we'll have Nathan go back and edit the description, say, hey, you want to talk more with Guy, here's his link. So we'll have to go back and put it in the description. You know what I'm saying, Nathan? Because then he'll have his link. And if people see him and want to talk more to him, that'll be the link to the website over on Estrella. But we should definitely do another video round, talk about a different topic or something. And then they can refer to the previous video as well. But this gives them the opportunity to share their link as well on the actual video. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'll
So,
jump into some of those marketing collaterals that we've kind of put together.
yeah. So that's it. So now I'll let Nathan talk about that, but that's the tech update, basically. And he's going to show you how to deal with some of this. They've got emails for you and everything. So, Nathan.
Yeah, so like we said in our previous call, we're going to be creating consistent and constant marketing collateral that you'll be able to use for your outreach. And so this week we've put together a little Instagram carousel or a Facebook carousel that can be posted on a variety of different platforms. Each one can be posted independently as well. But the primary purpose of what we have is this is like a simple explainer that you could share on your social feeds that other advisors could see and take advantage of. So it just explains the different aspects that we've talked about previously. You know, the ability to keep 100% of your sales revenue from the products you list on the platform. We basically upcharge the end consumer, so you get 100% of the price you list. We just add to that to get our portion from it. The live stream aspect, we haven't touched on this greatly, but there is going to be a kind of like an Omegle type of chat system, live chat system, where any advisor can sit on the live of our website and meet and greet with different individuals that are going to participate in some of these calls to kind of just connect with them early on. Let me just admit Danielle in here. Third thing is going to be the referral income. So something new and unique to our platform. Advisors can earn not only from advisors, but also from customers they refer as well. And then just a simple invite to the beta, join the show, start getting active. Basically, you'd want to change this advisor.com link to your specific referral link, and I'll help every advisor do that. This is just a simple breakdown of kind of the referral commissions to give people an idea. You know, if your referrals are making $500 a month, you'll make $50 a month, 1,000, 100, and it kind of just scales up from there. Last but not least, another place to insert your referral link, and then we're going to add onto this picture. The one comment I have for my designers is basically, I want it so you guys can add your headshot here. Like I'd like it if there was like a big headshot of you guy here with your referral link. That way people can associate the face to the name. So that's what we're going to be working on. I'll deliver this to everyone on Monday. If you've already signed up to the Estrella platform, check your emails. I've been sending out the initial leads to everyone this morning. So if you've signed on early, you got 40 leads. As the list continues to grow and as the number of advisors that signed up continue to grow, the amount that you'll receive will be less and less. So our early adopters started with 40. It'll probably dwindle down to 10 as we cross over the 100 mark of advisors signed up onto our platform. So take advantage on getting onto the platform now, because we're going to give you the most support now. So this is what we've been working on this week. I'm going to have another variant prepared next week as well. And then I also want to get a video explainer for everyone, so that way they don't have to read as much. So I know this is a little text heavy, but we'll have a video coming very shortly for this side as well.
Yeah, Nathan, I have a question. So you provided us with the template letter for advisor, right?
Yeah.
What about this? Is this something that's going to come after the letter to send to our prospect advisor or the advisors that we are trying to reach out to? Or is it something we're going to include in our email to reach out to the advisors?
Yeah, that's a great question, Guy. And you're honestly, you're right on the money. What I would do is I would post this to my social media platforms, and then I would reference this post in my email. So your first email is, let's just pull up the template.
Yeah, just as an example.
100%. So basically in this first one, like we talked about last time, you're leveraging the fact that you've been on our podcast already as a simple intro, and you're recommending that they be a guest on our podcast next. So this is a great way to get a positive reply. If they haven't responded to this, the next email I would follow up with is going to be something along the lines of, hey, I just posted a Instagram post about the Estrella platform and explains all the amazing features that are going to be accompanied with it. Check out this post on my Instagram to learn a little bit more. So I'll create a follow-up template that could be used with that Instagram post. But you're right, all of the marketing assets that we create can be used in conjunction with one another. And I highly recommend using all of these types of assets, the visual and auditory assets, in your emails.
Yeah.
Emails are great for getting a message across, but visuals and auditory media is going to be even better for selling the idea to them.
Yeah.
So that's why we created the podcast for you guys, and things like that. So this will continuously be updated, and I'll constantly send out the new templates to everyone.
Yeah.
And eventually this will be in the marketing, the Mystical University. But for now, yeah, if I will send out this template, I'll help everyone, switch out the referral link and add their advisor picture and things like that. So that'll be an easy thing to integrate. And yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Okay. So you will send us the follow-up email that
Correct.
contain. Okay, that contain.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, good. All right.
And I'm sure he's going to make a link of how to change, like you see where he has your referral link. He'll show you guys how to do all that. But with you guys at the beginning, just email him and he'll walk through making yours for you. He'll help you. Do you know what I mean? He's always here to help. So
Yeah, he
All right.
already did. Yeah, thank
yeah,
you. He
yeah,
already did.
yeah,
Thank you, Nathan. Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Good stuff.
Yeah, so this is where we're at on the marketing collateral side. We're going to continue to build this out and add more assets. If any advisor has an idea on the type of asset they need, maybe someone needs an infographic, maybe someone needs a new podcast episode, just let me know. Write us in the email. More than happy to create that asset on the fly for anyone that has an immediate need. So we're just going to work through our traditional steps now, but please let me know if there's anything that is immediate for anyone.
Okay, good. Thanks.
And if you're done, I know Danny just joined. Hey, Danny, I think I want to just say something that I said earlier before she was able to get on. So July starts the Estrella channel growth for the podcast. And so I'm predicting to have about 10,000 subscribers by the end of July on the channel, watching the videos. So I think that's important. And the other thing that's important to know time-wise is by the 11th. So not next Friday's town hall, but the week after that, I'll have all the stuff like guy suggestions and everything that are been made about how they're charging into the app. So we'll be able to demo all that as well. So then the last thing you should probably know is I have a meeting this week with Catherine and her assistant. She's going to fully go through that American Psychic thing with me so I understand it, so we can put in those features as well. So that'll be the last thing. So we really need to spend the next 2 or 3 weeks just building as much as we can team wise, and that's where Nathan really will come in to help, because we're projected from the feedback I've gotten so far, the different way people do business. We should have all that in just a couple weeks.
No, that's great. And I definitely am excited for the YouTube growth opportunity. Everybody that has been, Guy, you included, that has been interviewed on our podcast already is going to get a tremendous lift in the amount of awareness that they're receiving. Obviously, as our podcast grows, the older episodes will start to generate more views because people will be interested in the conversations that we've already had. So definitely just keep an eye out on your podcast episodes as we continue that growth. You'll definitely probably get more intrigue and awareness, and hopefully get invited into other podcasts. We'd love for this to be the start of guest speaking careers for a lot of spiritual advisors. You guys have a wealth of expertise that shouldn't be just contained to our podcast. So excited for you guys to be featured elsewhere as well to help just the entire community grow as a whole.
Very good.
Perfect. Brill, do you have anything else on your end? I know today was a little short, but I think we're on the right track, and today was really just syncing up, making sure. Have you guys had any issues with the profile setup or finding anything? Does anything seem confusing so far in what you've used?
Personally, I think. Sorry, Rances.
Oh,
Sorry.
go, Guy. Go, please.
Well,
Please.
yeah. Well, for me, it went okay. I think it was a no-brainer how to complete the
Perfect.
profile. I don't know if you guys on your side had the chance to have a look at what we've done as far as profiles for me and also the other guys, and see if there was something missing, something not appropriate. Just let us know if you see something like that. But as far as what I did, I think it's
No, you did it. You did it well. You were very thorough. The only thing I would say is definitely make sure to add your headshot. Just adding a
yeah,
headshot's definitely going to increase click-through rate
Yep.
by a lot.
yeah.
And then no, your about me and your services looks great. So
Okay.
this is really thorough.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah.
And Guy, like I said, when you're ready, just go on GoDaddy and buy your name.
Oh yeah, that's
if
right.
you haven't already.
Yeah,
I just
that's
don't
right.
want someone to scoop up your name before
And
we have a chance.
so once we have it, once we have our GoDaddy.com, we'll send it to you. We'll send the link to you.
So all you need to do is just hold on to it for right now. So like if I go to GoDaddy and I just go to domains, search for domain names. GuyIsabel.com. Let's see if it's available. Cool. You're available for 1 penny.
Oh, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. A lot of people are like, most people are not going to purchase your name. So it should be really cheap for every advisor just to scoop up their name for the first year, around a penny. And I think it's like $20 or $30 a year to hold on to the domain.
Okay. Yeah.
At the end of this beta period is probably when we will go through the DNS settings and help everyone attach their name.com to their actual profile page.
Okay.
So
I see.
then you can start to build your brand and your personal brand as Guy Isabel, the spiritual advisor, and share your personal link, which will lead directly to this page. So
Oh, okay.
it'll just be a layer of branding that before most people weren't allowed to have. But we definitely want to see you guys build up your own personal brand, because that's what's going to last the longest. That's what's going to get people coming back on a regular basis to you as an advisor. So yeah, so definitely buy that up, and I encourage everyone to just purchase it now. Like it's a penny.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong. So that's where we're at.
Good. Thank you very much.
Of course.
And I just also want to say, I just looked at Estrella's YouTube and it's at 95 subscribers, which isn't bad. So we know that's our base. So I would encourage you guys, I'm going to turn that on later today. I have my own sort of method for getting people to look at it and want to subscribe and things like that. So if you watch it day by day, you know, we'll see where it's going up and you can watch how it's going. Yes, that's good. So, Danny, do you have questions? I know I just recapped some stuff specifically for you so that you would know sort of dates, timelines of what we're doing, because I know you're doing the, you're doing the videos and stuff. So I just want to know if you have any questions about it or anything. I don't think you have to change anything you're doing.
No, the only question that I had, which you and Nathan answered, was just the traffic, like getting more traffic to not only our YouTube, but our Spotify as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then I've had a few people request Apple iPods, like Apple Music, not Apple Music. I'm sorry.
Apple Podcasts. Yeah.
Yes. I've had quite a few people request if we could be on that. So I don't know.
Let me check, because I remember you made that same request when we went on Spotify. So let me just check where the team stood on that, because I know I already pushed that through as a request.
And Nathan, send me the Spotify URL, because although I mean my Spotify, I get a couple thousand a month on it. So I could use that. So it's not as big as what I could do on YouTube, but I could still do the sort of routine that I do for my Spotify on this Spotify. You just send me the Spotify link.
Yep, just shared with you.
Okay, cool. Got it.
Perfect. Yeah, no, and what's good about Spotify now too is that they actually let you have the video side of the podcast too. So we've been uploading the thumbnails, the videos, so people can actually watch the full length video on Spotify as well. So yeah, I think the Spotify will gain more traction as our YouTube starts to accelerate. I think people will just naturally find us a little bit easier on YouTube. But I agree, the more platforms that we can syndicate to, Apple Podcasts, Amazon, all those places, we're going to want to kind of blast our podcast episodes.
Yeah.
And then moving into July, going to talk with our influencer manager, Mo. He basically will start to have a list of different spiritual pages that I think we should just repost our podcast shorts onto. So same way that a lot of the other podcast grows, we'll grab the most important quotes, the best moments from the podcast itself, and repost across social media to really drive the traffic up and get people to watch the full length conversation. So yeah, the podcast is going to be a huge asset. And Danny, thank you very much for being an amazing host.
Oh, no problem. There was also a idea rolling around about potential roundtables.
Mhm.
So bringing some past psychics back on, or advisors back on, or people who've been on the show to maybe be with 2 or 3 other guests that have been on the show and do kind of like a roundtable discussion. So I don't know if that's something that maybe we could look into in the future for future episodes.
Yeah, I would love to do that. I think that would be a great aspect, especially if we can get people from different sectors of the advisory community, so they can all bring in their own expertise and we can have kind of like a full length discussion on a hot topic. I've definitely seen a lot of like Diary of a CEO, Joe Rogan, all those people definitely have those community roundtables, which I think hold a lot of good conversation. So definitely open to that.
Okay.
I think that's a great. I think that's a great idea.
I think if Danny gets a community roundtable with like people that she's already done interviews with, I think it also solves the second problem where they can now say, this is my link to Estrella. So she can have one roundtable with like Ramsey and Guy and Catherine.
Yep.
Just a whole bunch of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Good.
Perfect.
So, guys, hello. Good
Hey, Ramsey.
morning. So, it's not a lot. Yeah, it's kind of like my camera. So, guys, good morning. So,
Yeah.
I would like to ask, because I had an issue. Did you see, Tim, that I had an issue because I didn't see that I was typing the right password?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I was thinking, I was like, I'm just going to the things that I think it would improve.
Yep.
If,
Mhm.
if there's a possibility that we see the letters we typing and then we close because we don't see what we're typing. Makes sense?
Yeah, I got that on the list. So I think Danny, this is the same thing you reported to me, Danny, right?
Yeah. I think
That is
I think
correct.
you
Yes.
said to her the same. Yeah.
You know, like when you're typing in a password and you have the I, you can click
Yeah,
on the
absolutely.
I, and then you can see what you're typing, and then you can click on the I again, and it'll close, and then it has the dots, so you can't see your password. That's what Ramses is talking about. So, you know, we had talked about, you know, some of the advisors openly admitting that they're not as tech savvy, and so we have to make it kind of compatible for. But it's true though. It is true. Some of the advisors have admitted they're not tech savvy, and that's okay. We have to make it compatible for them. So something like showing the password would be helpful, so that they
You
don't easily
mean-
lose it and forget it.
Okay, you mean, let me check this out. I want to make sure we're on the same page here. Share screen. Don't you see my screen?
Yes.
Now, yes.
You mean something like this? Everybody just saw my password.
Yes. And I like this. So we can
Yeah.
actually, oh, I type correctly. Yeah. Because you
Yep.
see that I asked like to fix, and then they said, we've sent you an email, and I didn't
Right.
receive this mail. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Whenever you have a new
It's still in process. I know.
Are you talking about Ramses? Are you talking about the email with your new password? Because I sent that
Yeah.
to you. I
No.
personally emailed to you.
Yeah, you did personally, but I mean, when I was signing, the software was asking, "Oh, create a new password. We're going to send you a link."
Yeah.
So I didn't get the link from Estrella yet, because it's like it's getting. I know it's a beta program. Everything is going to get together. I just know that.
Well, I know
That's
that there
right.
was. I know that Ramses is right. There has been some glitches with that because I too haven't gotten some emails. So I know you guys are still working on that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing about it is, like, the emails have been manually sent out to me and sent out by Nathan. And I told him, with our new email, it's not really going. It's going to like a lot of people's spam or junk. That's why we're not getting a lot more people on this call. That's why it's going to do it manually for now. Because what happens is our domain is so new, our mail's so new because it's the domain. A lot of the mail.
We have to warm up the email inbox, basically.
Right, because until we get a few months behind us, it's always going to be like it's new, so it could be spam because people do buy names, put stuff up, spam the crap out of people, shut down. So we need just to season it a little bit, which is nothing we can do. That's just time. So in the interim during this period of time, Nathan's going to manually email people. So that
and I'm going to invite everyone to the meeting as well on Google, so you'll have the direct meeting link on your calendar and things like that as well.
Now I have a question. How long are you guys going to be running these town hall meetings?
We're going to run.
That's a great question.
Yeah, I really feel like these original meetings that are weekly are going to run all through July. And I think in August it'll probably happen too.
Okay, because I think what's important is, and obviously we can send reminder emails, but I think we need to have an initial email that states every Friday at this time, there is a town hall meeting. So please be sure to join and then send the reminder email throughout the week. But if they have that initial email knowing that every Friday at this time, we're going to have a town hall meeting.
Yeah, we should definitely say every Friday. I agree with that.
Yeah, I'm going to make it a repeating weekly repeating weekly calendar event.
Yeah,
so that way it happens.
We'll need the link.
Yep.
We'll need the link.
That'll work. So yeah, I think that's a great idea. And I think we'll do that through July and August, and then we'll probably in September take it down to one every 2 weeks, and then October do one a month, and that'll be like the norm, I think.
Yeah, it's good. And sorry, one last thing, the price.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go there and try to type, the price you want to put, it doesn't allow you to type. So you have to go basically one by one. If you try to do this, team, it's like, so basically you have to go 1 cent at a time, especially on the cent size.
Really?
Yeah, I had to go one by one. I was going to go $12.99. Makes sense?
Yeah. You
So
can't
the
just type
99.
Okay, I'll fix that.
Yeah,
I'll check.
I just
those are what I'm saying. So that's the kind of thing somebody should be in charge of. Like when you have a problem like that, maybe email it to Nathan. And Nathan, could you make like a weekly list for me?
Mm-hmm. I can start tickets.
Do you know what I mean?
I think it's important, so. Poof.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what this is all about, because whether like the little eye thing, we just didn't, we just missed it. There's going to be a million things, but if you could send Nathan, I'm sure you got his email, send those things individually to Nathan. He can compile a weekly list for me, because I can fix those things while I'm also adding all the new features that are that the users are going to find helpful. Do you know what I mean? So we're adding all this new stuff, so I can go definitely back and work on those things as we find them. So that's great feedback. Every time you see one, just shoot an email to Nathan. Nathan will compile a list and give it to me every week, and then I'll just add it to the workload.
Yeah. Let me just gossip one thing, because that's why I came a little late. I was in a call here with a client. I work in a platform, guy, just to let you know. So I still work in platforms because, that was the way for me to get into United States, as I live in Brazil, guys. So you see, that was the step. The client said, I'm trying to apply because she's very good. She's a very good person, but I cannot talk to her about it because they report everything. But Ken is charging $50 so you can apply just to apply. Ken is charging them to apply $50.
Apply for what?
To work on Ken. If you pass or not, you have to pay $50. I've never heard this in my entire life, that you have to pay to apply for something.
Well,
you have to pay to even get started. Yeah,
and you don't know if you're going to get or not.
Yeah.
I was like,
That's crazy.
Oh, desperation. So
Yeah, that's desperation. Yeah, those are the type of people we need to get hip to our platform in some way.
yeah, that's why I was like, I wish I could talk to her, but I can't.
But if you get her name, we could probably search her name online and find somewhere to talk to her on the side. You know what I mean? And we
Yeah,
think
if you send me contact details, I can definitely find the person, because
Yeah.
that's what we're doing for the podcast side of things. We're literally just going to these platforms and searching for people's emails, Instagram handles, etc. If you have any sort of contact information, I know it's kind of a gray area for a lot of you guys. Just send
Yeah.
me the contact info. If they sign up, we'll still give you the referral commission. Like there's no
Perfect.
issue there. So I'll reach out and get the whole
Uh-huh.
conversation started and still attribute
And,
it to whoever we recommend it.
Nathan.
Yeah.
I just saw that.
Go ahead.
Nathan, do this. Enter all in the purple. Let me tell you where they are.
Yeah.
Where are you going to find them? Because I cannot, because I work. There's a lot of Purple Garden and Purple Ocean groups of like psychics on Facebook. There's plenty of groups there. But who are the managers? The managers are the group. So I cannot offer because they're gonna fire me. Makes sense.
right, but Nathan
That's
can
right.
get into the group.
Yep.
Can't fire
So you
Nathan.
remember that, yeah?
So we can send you the name of the group, Nathan.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you
Yeah, if there's
manage it?
anything that might
Oh.
get you in trouble, like in
Yeah.
terms of reaching out, or
Yeah.
if you have access to a network where you're not really supposed to promote, just let me
Yeah.
know. I'll get banned. I don't care. I'll
And-
start up
Yeah,
another
yeah,
account.
exactly. We'll get banned. What the heck?
Yeah.
Yeah, because there are thousands and thousands and thousands of psychics looking for job
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Looking
Yeah.
to another place.
Agree. And if they sign up, they're gonna be under our name.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
yeah,
good.
because
Sure.
there they use
Okay, good.
nicknames, so
Yeah.
you don't know their real names. Everyone has to use nicknames.
Right. Yeah.
Terrible. And if I say my name, they know that I work for Purple because they keep like,
Sure.
tracking you.
Yeah.
Right.
One thing that might be a bit challenging is when we send that letter, that template that you produce, Nathan, to us
Mhm.
for prospecting advisors. When we send that email to advisors, they might go in their spam. So it doesn't mean it doesn't mean that they will have a look or a quick look at it, because some might never look at their spam, or some might look at it once every such time, and some like me, I look every time I look at my email if I have something in my spam that could be real email.
hmm
But that might be the challenge we're going to be facing, so it's not.
No, 100%. That's why we gave the leads out at first, because we knew that our email would still need to be warmed up. We wouldn't be able to go out and blast everyone. But I would say those 40 leads that we sent, I would hit them on every platform possible, in the sense of, like, first I would send out emails to everyone on Monday. On Tuesday or Wednesday, I would look to see if any of them have Instagram or Facebook links where you can message them directly on their profile and just start a conversation there. Because I agree, some of your messages will go to spam, but unless you have a brand new email or you've been sent to spam a lot before, your emails will go directly to their inbox, because most people have an aged email inbox, meaning that they have sent a lot of messages and received a lot of messages. So more often than not, your email should go to their inbox, unless you've been blasting a ton of people every single day. But I find that unlikely for most advisors.
Okay, thanks.
So I think we're gonna be good. So by the time next town hall meeting comes along, we'll go over what our new numbers will be for the YouTube. That's where we're gonna have to start this thing.
Mhm.
And demo, the changes that we've made, all that kind of stuff. And like I said, by 11th, we should be able to do a really good overview of exactly everything that you asked for, Guy, Ramsey's, all that's done. Then the last thing I have to do is with Catherine. She's got a list, but I talked to her again. I think Tuesday again with her advisor. She just emailed me before this call, actually, with her assistant, and we'll get her section sorted out, and then we should be good to go as far as I know. But I'm sure you guys will keep giving a list of things you run into, Ramsey's, or Guy or Danny on the site. that needs to be adjusted or fixed and send it over to Nathan, and we'll fix those while we're going too. And then we should be good.
Excellent. Great.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all I have.
Beautiful. Yeah, that's everything from me. I'll end the recording here. I'll get this posted